The traditional art world is undergoing a seismic shift, but you won't find it in a dusty Parisian gallery or a high-stakes Sotheby's auction. Instead, the most explosive growth in modern art is happening inside 2.5 by 3.5-inch protective slabs. For the savvy investor, TCG cards have evolved from mere tabletop game pieces into high-yield liquid assets that offer the aesthetic prestige of fine painting, but with an accessibility that is revolutionizing the global collectibles market. For decades, acquiring true fine art has been an exclusive sport reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you desire a Basquiat, a Banksy, or highly sought-after pop culture artifacts like a screen-used prop or a Babe Ruth jersey, the barrier to entry is exclusionary. We are talking minimum six-figure, often multi-million-dollar valuations that are transacted in elite auction houses. While these markets offer incredible historical returns, they remain firmly out of reach for 99% of the population, effectively locking the masses out of the joy of owning a genuine masterpiece. But imagine a scenario where world-class artwork, created by incredibly skilled illustrators, was made accessible to everyone. Imagine if the visceral joy of owning a beautiful piece wasn't reserved for the few, but shared among millions. This is the revolution ushered in by trading card games like Pokémon and One Piece. These companies have successfully taken high-concept fantasy art and mass-produced it without sacrificing quality, allowing a global community to share in the appreciation of these mini masterpieces. While technically originally designed for gameplay, TCG companies have brilliantly tapped into the reality that most modern buyers are collectors first and players second. The card stock is no longer just part of a playable deck, it is a canvas. This shift is solidified by the massive grading industry. Encasing a pristine card in a plastic PSA, Beckett, or CGC slab is the modern equivalent of framing a Monet. It preserves the condition and firmly cements the item's status as a piece of collectible modern art. A prime indicator of this art-first market is how specific illustrators now drive immense value. In Pokémon, we see phenomena like the Shinji Kanda effect, where his distinct, scratchy style immediately boosts a card's desirability. We see this same appreciation for high art in the Giratina Fiv alternate full art from Lost Origin. This card commands a massive premium not just for its mechanics, but because its artwork is a surreal, stunning landscape that transcends the medium. Investors are now buying the aesthetic as much as the Pokémon itself. The One Piece card game is pushing these artistic boundaries even further through strategic and surprising collaborations. The recent Roronoa Zoro SP from the Azure C7 is a stunning example of high-end character art that fans crave. But Bandai has gone beyond standard illustrations, blending worlds by collaborating with professional baseball and college basketball leagues, and even utilizing famed manga artists, such as Jujutsu Kaisen's Gege Akutami, providing designs for the Five Elders. These crossovers create unique artistic expressions that drive deep collector interest. Perhaps the strongest proof that art dictates value over raw mathematical scarcity is the recent Mega Charizard XEX from Phantasmal Flames. This card is widely considered one of the most visually spectacular Charizards in recent history. Crucially, it commands a significantly higher market price than its counterpart, the Gold Hyper Rare version from the same set. The Gold version is statistically 3 times harder to pull, yet trades for roughly half the price. Why? Because the art on the Special Illustration X is simply more beautiful. We fully expect this trend to accelerate in the coming years. As TCGs compete for wallet share, the primary battleground will continue to be artistic quality and unique expression. We will likely see more high-profile guest artists, more experimental foil treatments, and daring cross-media collaborations. The companies know that to keep collectors engaged and portfolios growing upward, the visual experience must constantly evolve and impress. For the TCG investor building a strong portfolio, the lesson is clear. Do not just chase pull rates or game mechanics, chase beauty. The modern art of today is found in foil patterns and full art illustrations. When assessing long-term value, the aesthetic appeal of a card is often the single most important factor separating a forgotten bulk ultra-rare from a future blue-chip asset. For more, Card market content, subscribe at TC Journal, where collectors become investors.